To graph a quadratic inequality, we're going to graph these the same way we've graphed parabolas in the past. And so to save a little bit of time, I've already gone ahead and found my table of values using my graphing calculator. If you need help doing that, then go back and watch my video on finding or graphing a parabola in standard form. I show you how to do that by hand, or even better, by using your graphing calculator. So I found a bunch of points. I had said for standard form I want a minimum of 5 points, so I plotted a few for you. Any 5 points are fine, just make sure that they fit on your graph. So I've gone ahead and done that already. So to actually graph your inequality then, we're going to follow the same rules as we've done in the past with either a solid or a dashed parabola. In this case, because my inequality symbol is just greater than, not equal to, I'm going to have a dashed parabola. So I plotted my points. Hopefully you've done that too, or go ahead and pause the video and plot your points. But make a dashed parabola that goes through those points like so. And then finally for your shading, we're again going to follow the rules we've done in the past. This time it says to shade above, greater than. Greater than means up above. So putting your pen or pencil on the parabola, if you were to draw straight up from the parabola, no matter where you start from, you're going to end up being sort of inside the parabola. So this time our solution to this inequality are all the points that are inside of the parabola. So you can kind of think of inside and outside, but don't think greater than always means up above. Imagine if your parabola was flipped around and upside down, then above it would actually be outside of it. So just stick with, putting your pencil on the line on the parabola, and then either going up or down if you're greater than or less than. In this case, though, we'll shade inside of the parabola. And graphing a system of quadratic inequalities will again be very, very similar to things we've done in the past. For these, we're looking for where the shading of the two parabolas would overlap one another. So again, to save time, I've gone ahead and found some points already and plotted those points from each parabola, and I've color-coded them so they're easy for me to see. Go ahead, and if you need to find those same points for yourself, pause the video and enter those in your calculator and check out your table. Otherwise, there's my points graph. Let's go ahead and see where the shading of these two parabolas overlap. So let's start with the upper parabola, the one that I did in blue. So those points have been graphed already, 5 of them at a minimum. My parabola this time will be a dashed parabola because once again my inequality symbol is just greater than, not greater than or equal to. So let's go ahead and take the blue points and make a dashed parabola out of those. And for my shading, this time it says to shade up above the parabola. So I'm going to very, very lightly shade above the parabola. Or since I can't shade lightly on here, I'm just going to put those little marks facing upwards from the parabola. So again, I'm going to be sort of inside the parabola if I want to think of it that way. Okay, so there's my first one done. Let me switch colors back to green. And let's graph this second parabola. This time my inequality symbol says less than or equal to. So because I have that equal to, I'm allowed to draw a solid parabola indicating that those points on the parabola would be solutions. So let's draw a solid parabola facing downwards this time, going through those points. My inequality said less than. So less than means shade below. So putting your pencil on the parabola, draw below the parabola, which again is going to end up being inside. So everywhere shade lightly below that, or if you want to just do these little marks, go ahead and do that everywhere below the parabola. And then I'm looking for where the two shadings overlapped. And I can see that the section that got shaded twice would have been this section, this sort of pillow-shaped section right there in between the two parabolas. So go back and very, very darkly shade in that region. That would be my solution to the system. Any point I pick in that region would work in both parabolas at the same time.